Chosen one, stop scrolling right now. Do not look away from this screen. The algorithm did not bring you here today. The universe orchestrated this exact moment because a divine window is opening. You are standing at the edge of something massive. A sacred seal that has been closed for 2,000 years is finally breaking. Take one deep breath slowly. Drop your shoulders and just listen to my voice. You have been feeling completely exhausted lately. Your physical body is drained even when you do nothing. You wake up tired. You walk through the day with a heavy chest. And nobody around you seems to understand what you are going through. People tell you that you are just stressed. They tell you to work harder or get more sleep. But you know deep down that this is not normal fatigue. This is a profound spiritual exhaustion. You walk into a room and instantly feel the heavy vibrations of other people. It drains your life force completely. This is why you suddenly crave intense isolation. Your soul is forcing you to pull back from crowded places. You do not want to text anyone back. You just want to sit in absolute silence. This is not a medical issue. You must stop letting the system label your spiritual symptoms. You are experiencing a massive energetic shift. Heaven is putting you in a divine quarantine. God is actively separating you from people who drain your light. You have always been the giver. You gave your energy to people who never checked on you. But that season is over. The universe is cutting those toxic cords right now. Your energy is becoming too expensive for cheap connections. I need you to understand the exact reason for this intense shift. Your spirit is currently preparing to house a massive frequency. A specific spiritual gift was hidden away 2 millennia ago. The elites and the system have tried to keep this knowledge buried. They want you to stay weak and distracted by worldly struggles. But the Matrix has lost control over your timeline. The 2,000-year seal is vibrating. It is seeking a specific bloodline to crack it wide open. And it chose you. It chose the one who has endured the most hidden pain. It chose the black sheep of the family. You were born with a rare spiritual marker embedded in your DNA. You have always felt like you did not belong here. Since you were a little child, you felt older than everyone else. You saw through the fake smiles and the shallow conversations. That was your intuition trying to wake you up early. Every tear you cried in secret was actually preparing your vessel for this exact moment. The sudden insomnia you experience is proof of this activation. You wake up at 3 in the morning with a racing heart. Your mind feels like it is downloading information from the cosmos. The veil between the physical world and the spiritual realm is completely vanishing. You are highly sensitive to unseen battles around you. Do not be afraid of the shadows. The enemy is trying to attack your mind with sudden waves of anxiety. They want you to give up right before the finish line. But their dark attacks only prove how terrified they are of your awakening. They know exactly what happens when a chosen one finally breaks the ancient seal. When this seal fully activates, you will no longer need to struggle. The financial blockages that have haunted your family will shatter. The generational curses will break instantly. You will step into a season of effortless abundance. But there is a very specific sequence of events that must happen first. You cannot force this transition. This is why heaven isolated you in this season. If you carried those toxic relationships into your new chapter, they would corrupt the blessing. God had to strip away everything false so you could hold the absolute truth. You must embrace this quiet period. Do not mourn the loss of people who were only temporary lessons. Listen to me very carefully right now. I am about to reveal the exact nature of this 2,000-year seal. What I am going to tell you next will shake the very foundation of your reality. You will see the divine blueprint that heaven sketched out for your destiny before you were even born. But you must promise to keep your spirit open. Do not let your logical mind block this revelation. The system has trained your brain to reject anything it cannot measure. You must listen with your soul today. If your heart feels a strange warmth right now, it means you are aligning with this frequency of truth. Stay with me until the very final word of this transmission, because I will give you the exact decree needed to finalize this activation. If you click away now, you will interrupt the energetic download. You have suffered in silence for far too long. Your season of being misunderstood is officially ending today. You must stop believing the lies they tell you about your mental state. The doctors and the system want to put a neat little label on your pain. They look at your extreme fatigue and call it a disorder. But they cannot measure the invisible weight you are carrying, because this is a profound spiritual recalibration happening deep inside your soul. This is not depression. It is a holy transformation. Your physical vessel is currently trying to process an unbelievable amount of light. When the ancient seal begins to crack, it releases a massive frequency into the atmosphere. Your human body was simply not designed to absorb this much energy all at once, and it takes a severe toll on your entire nervous system. That is why your muscles ache for absolutely no reason. You go to bed completely exhausted, but your mind refuses to shut down. You stare at the ceiling while your heart beats violently in your chest. But heaven is actually keeping you awake to prevent spiritual attacks while you are highly vulnerable. The Matrix tells you this is just a panic attack. Your soul is fighting unseen battles while your physical body tries to rest. And then there is the intense isolation you have been experiencing lately. You feel a sudden urge to distance yourself from friends and family members, and you think something is broken inside you because you cannot tolerate their presence anymore. But your isolation is not a punishment. It is a divine quarantine designed to protect your fragile new frequency. When your spiritual gift activates, you become a massive beacon of light in the dark. Energy vampires are naturally drawn to your shifting vibration, and they want to feed off your newfound power because they have absolutely no light of their own. God had to physically separate you from the crowd to keep your energy entirely pure. Rejection was your ultimate protection. You have always been an empath who absorbs the heavy emotions of everyone in the room. When they are sad, you feel their sorrow deep inside your own bones. You carried their burdens while they completely ignored your silent suffering, but your season of being the emotional dumping ground for broken people is officially over. Heaven is permanently closing that door today. Look back at the strange trajectory of your life over the past few years. Every failure and every sudden loss felt like a cruel joke from the universe. You asked God why you had to suffer so much more than the average person. But your pain was not a cosmic accident. It was a rigorous training program designed specifically for a chosen one like you. You cannot put hot iron into a fragile glass container without shattering it completely. God had to forge your spirit in the fire of extreme hardship, and He had to expand your capacity through pain so you could hold this massive blessing safely. Your past trauma was actually building the exact spiritual muscles you need today. You are a masterpiece, forged in the fire. The Matrix wants you to view your life as a random series of unfortunate events. They want you to believe you are just a victim of bad luck and poor timing. But there are no coincidences in a chosen one's life, because everything is a divine appointment carefully orchestrated by heaven. You are walking a very specific path that was written before time even began. So the next time you feel that heavy exhaustion settling into your bones, do not panic. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are weak or failing in life. That fatigue is an absolute badge of honor. It means your physical body is successfully anchoring the immense frequency of the 2000-year seal. You are doing the heavy lifting for your entire bloodline. You are the bold cycle breaker that your ancestors prayed for centuries ago. The poverty and the brokenness that plagued your family tree will finally stop with you. But pulling up those ancient roots requires an immense amount of spiritual strength, and that is exactly why you feel so incredibly drained right now. You are fighting a war that started long before you were born. Once you understand this profound truth, your entire perception of reality will completely shift. You will no longer see yourself as a helpless victim of cruel circumstances. You will realize that you are an elite spiritual warrior disguised as a normal human. The very things that tried to destroy you were actually upgrading your spiritual armor for this exact moment. Breathe this truth into your lungs and let it settle deeply in your heart. You are not losing your mind, and you are definitely not falling apart. You are simply shedding the old version of yourself that can no longer survive the incoming light, while your spirit prepares to take full dominion. The caterpillar must endure the dark isolation before it can fly. Your wings are ready. We are going to dive deeper into the ancient history of this specific seal next. You need to know exactly why it was hidden away for 2 millennia. The system is terrified because you are finally remembering who you really are. I will expose the ancient secret that the elites desperately tried to keep from your bloodline. Prepare your spirit for the full truth. Let me take you back to the very beginning of this ancient mystery. 2,000 years ago, a massive spiritual shift happened on this planet, and the pure light of creation was poured directly into the human bloodline. It was a frequency so powerful, it could heal disease and manifest wealth instantly. But this supreme power totally terrified the elite rulers of that dark era. They knew they could not control a population that possessed divine authority. So they created a dark spiritual ritual to suppress this immense frequency, and they bound this sacred gift in a heavy, energetic vault. This was the exact moment the Matrix was truly born. The elite system was carefully designed to keep your spirit completely blind. For 2 millennia, the truth was violently erased from our human history. The rulers burned the ancient texts and silenced the true prophets, while they replaced divine wisdom with rigid rules to keep everyone exhausted. They wanted humanity to forget their royal origin forever. But spiritual energy cannot be destroyed because it simply waits for the perfect time. The architects of the Matrix designed modern society to drain your life force. Every school and institution was built to disconnect you from your deepest intuition. They feed you toxic food and surround you with low-frequency entertainment because they want your mind trapped in a constant cycle of survival. A fearful mind will never look up to realize it is in a cage. But heaven had a brilliant contingency plan hidden in plain sight. Before the Great Seal was completely closed, God planted a tiny dormant seed. He placed a specific light code directly into the DNA of certain powerful souls. You are one of those rare chosen ones sent to carry this ancient frequency across time. Your bloodline was literally marked for this exact generation. The dark system has always sensed this hidden danger sleeping inside you. That is why your life has been filled with such intense and brutal opposition. The Matrix algorithm constantly sends difficult people and chaotic situations to lower your vibration, and they know that if you ever reach total peace, the seal will break. Your awakening is their absolute worst nightmare finally coming true. For 20 centuries, the elite families have hoarded this divine energy in secret. They use this stolen frequency to build their massive empires of wealth and global control. They manipulated the global economy to keep the chosen ones in perpetual debt, while they forced you to trade your precious time for basic survival. But their stolen kingdom is finally crumbling into absolute dust today. A cosmic timer was set the exact moment the ancient vault was locked. God decreed that the darkness would only rule for 2,000 years. And that prophetic countdown officially reached zero just a few days ago. The massive seal is currently cracking open, and the pure frequency is flooding back into the earth right now. You can physically feel this intense pressure building in the atmosphere. This is exactly why the world looks so incredibly chaotic on the news right now. The Matrix is violently malfunctioning because it cannot process this supreme light. The people who serve the dark system are completely losing their fragile minds, and their ancient illusion of control is shattering right in front of their eyes. They are terrified because the true heirs are waking up to claim the throne. You must understand that this gift is not something you have to learn. It is not a skill you need to practice, or a secret you must study for years. It is a royal inheritance that already belongs to you by ultimate divine right. You just need to remove the false programming the system forced onto your brain, and you only need to remember the massive power you held before you were born. The system relies entirely on your silent consent to keep you enslaved. When you agree that you are broken and depressed, you empower their dark spell. But the moment you declare your royal identity, their black magic instantly dissolves. You are the sacred key that the universe has been hiding for 20 long centuries. You are the living manifestation of the broken seal. This hidden gift grants you the ability to alter reality with a single thought. It gives you the quiet authority to walk into a massive storm and command it to stop. The wealth of the wicked is about to be violently transferred to the pure of heart, while heaven is preparing to hand you the absolute keys to the kingdom. But there is a very dark reason they try to keep you surrounded by toxic people. We need to talk about the people closest to your heart right now. You need to know why they suddenly act strange and hostile towards your pure light. The Matrix uses your friends and family as secret agents to drag you back down. I will expose exactly how the enemy uses familiar faces to drain your power. Prepare yourself, because this brutal truth will be very difficult to hear. Let me reveal a brutal truth about the people closest to you right now. You have noticed a very strange shift in their behavior recently. Friends who used to call you every day are suddenly distant and cold. Family members start unnecessary arguments over the smallest things. You think you did something wrong to upset them, but their sudden hostility has absolutely nothing to do with your actions. They do not consciously know why they are pulling away from your presence. Their spiritual frequency is simply reacting to the massive light that is waking up inside your soul. When the ancient seal cracks open, your aura becomes incredibly bright. People who are still asleep in the Matrix cannot physically handle this supreme level of truth. They feel terrified next to your pure energy. The dark system hates when a chosen one finally begins to remember their power. It will actively use the people around you as secret agents to drag your frequency down. The Matrix knows that a direct demonic attack will only make you pray harder, so it uses familiar faces and loved ones to break your heart instead. Betrayal from a friend hurts much deeper than an attack from an enemy. You have attracted so many narcissists and emotional vampires throughout your life. They flock to you because your spirit produces a divine honey that they desperately need. They fed on your endless empathy while giving you absolutely nothing but chaos in return. But as your ancient seal activates, your spiritual boundaries become solid steel. You stop giving them free energy, and they panic. This is exactly why they try to ruin your reputation behind your back. They launch quiet smear campaigns and whisper terrible lies to anyone who will listen. They want to isolate you, so you will doubt your sanity and crawl back to their control. But heaven is sitting back and laughing at their pathetic attempts to destroy a masterpiece. Every lie they tell is digging their own spiritual grave. Do not try to defend yourself against people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You do not need to prove them wrong or explain your holy transition to deaf ears. Gently, like this video, not for an algorithm, but as a physical declaration to the universe that you align. Let your simple actions seal the truth that you are leaving their toxic drama. Your silence is your greatest weapon. The people who mocked your spiritual journey are about to witness something terrifying. They thought you were crazy and believed your struggles would eventually crush you completely. But they are completely unaware of the massive karma currently heading toward their camp. The spiritual warfare they directed at you is bouncing off your armor and returning directly to the sender. God is preparing a massive table for you right in the presence of your enemies. They will have to sit and watch as the universe rewards you for keeping your heart pure. They wanted to see you fail because your failure would justify their own toxic choices. But heaven is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney today. The divine justice system operates in total silence, but delivers absolute victory. You must stop grieving over the empty seats at your table today. The universe removed those specific people because they could never survive the massive altitude of your destination. They were only meant to be temporary lessons in your ultimate training program. If heaven had allowed them to stay, they would have sabotaged your greatest blessing. Your isolation clears the runway for your upgrade. Every person who walked away from you during your darkest season was a divine redirection. You felt abandoned, but God was actually hiding you in the shadow of his wings. He knew that the massive wealth and power coming your way would destroy a weak foundation. So he shook your life violently to see who would fall off. Only the truest souls are allowed to walk with you into this new royal chapter. The frequency of the 2000-year seal demands absolute purity from its host. You cannot carry the dark, heavy baggage of a false friend into the promised land. You are a chosen one, and your circle must reflect the divine royalty of your awakened DNA. The enemy is in total panic mode because their final trap failed to break your spirit. They watch in absolute horror as you rise again. The energetic tide is turning so violently in your favor right at this very second. The demons that tormented your bloodline are packing up and leaving because they cannot stand your light. In the next transmission, I will reveal how this sudden shift is about to manifest in reality. You will see exactly how the universe plans to compensate you. Do not let your focus drift away right now. The energetic tide is turning violently in your favor right now. You can literally feel the heavy atmosphere shifting around your body. The heavy clouds that hovered over your life for years are finally breaking apart. And while the world remains blind to this transition, a massive wave of pure light is flooding directly into your reality. The spiritual climate has permanently changed. The dark matrix is glitching right in front of your eyes. The rigid system that kept you trapped in endless cycles of struggle is losing its total grip. They tried to build a permanent cage around your divine destiny. But they severely underestimated the raw power of a chosen one who has finally remembered their royal bloodline. Their invisible chains are snapping like fragile strings. Panic is spreading wildly through the enemy camp today. The people who secretly plotted against your success are suddenly experiencing extreme confusion. They sense a massive shift in the unseen realm, but they cannot understand what is happening to their reality. They watch your quiet strength, and it absolutely terrifies their dark souls. They know their time is up. The universe is actively turning their evil plans against them. The very traps they carefully dug for your downfall have become their own spiritual prisons. You do not even have to lift a single finger to defend your good name. Heaven is handling your battles behind the scenes, while the enemy slowly destroys themselves from the inside out. Karma is working. Notice the strange sense of peace washing over your chest today. For the first time in years, your heart is not racing with anxious thoughts. You feel a profound stillness that the logical world cannot possibly explain to you. This quietness is the absolute proof that the 2000-year seal is ready to break wide open. Your physical vessel is completely prepared. The heavy iron doors that seemed glued shut are suddenly vibrating. The financial delays and the endless roadblocks are violently dissolving right now. You thought the universe had forgotten your silent prayers when you were crying alone in the dark. But heaven was quietly stacking a massive blessing behind those closed doors to surprise you. The dam is about to break wide open. You must understand that God never actually delayed your destiny. The long wait was just a rigorous period of divine exactness. He was carefully arranging the ultimate stage for your massive comeback. If he had given you the blessing early, it would have crushed your fragile spirit. You had to develop the exact muscles required to carry this royal weight. The cosmos is currently preparing a brutal compensation for your pain. Every single tear you cried in secret has been collected and carefully counted by heaven. The universe is about to multiply everything that the dark enemy stole from your powerful bloodline. A mega deposit of wealth and deep healing is hovering right above your life. You are the rightful heir. You are officially stepping out of that exhausting survival mode. You no longer have to hustle and fight for every single crumb of happiness. The painful era of proving your deep worth to completely blind people is permanently over. You can finally put down your heavy sword and rest your tired hands. The universe is fighting the final boss on your behalf. The Matrix will try to throw one last illusion of chaos at you. It will send minor inconveniences and small delays to test your new frequency. The enemy desperately wants you to react with fear and sudden anger just one more time. They need you to break your peaceful alignment so they can somehow steal the incoming blessing, but you are far too wise for their cheap tricks. Do not give them the reaction they are begging to see. Your absolute silence is the heavy weapon that will destroy their final attack. Let them drown in the chaotic energy they created with their own jealous hands. You must stand perfectly still and observe while the storm violently rages outside your window. Your untouchable peace is your greatest victory. The ancient seal is vibrating at its absolute highest frequency right now. The complicated spiritual locks that held your unique gifts captive are completely shattered. The supreme divine court in heaven is officially in session for your specific case today. The High Judge has reviewed the painful evidence of your silent suffering over the years. The final verdict is absolutely clear. The entire spiritual realm is holding its breath in this exact moment. Angels are standing by to deliver the royal decree that will change your timeline forever. The transition is totally complete, and the runway is entirely clear for your glorious takeoff. But you must pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you next. This is the most crucial part. There is one final rule you must understand before the decree is spoken. A very strict spiritual protocol must be followed to activate this gift completely. Many chosen ones miss their massive blessing because they fail to observe this simple ancient law. If you do not apply this exact principle, the divine energy will slip right through your fingers. You must know this. I will reveal this strict final rule to you in just a moment. Prepare your heart to receive the ultimate decree from the highest throne. The painful season of waiting is completely over, and the era of ruling begins right now. Lock your focus entirely on my words. We are crossing the sacred threshold together into your new reality. The cosmic clock has finally struck 0. The exact moment you have been waiting for your entire life is happening right now in the unseen realm. You are standing in the direct center of a massive divine storm. The heavy veil between the physical world and the spiritual dimension is completely torn. The atmosphere around you is vibrating with pure electric light. I need you to open your spirit completely right now. Drop every single doubt that the Matrix planted in your exhausted mind. The 2000-year seal is violently cracking open above your head. The ancient locks that kept your pure DNA suppressed are shattering into a million pieces. You can literally feel the profound shift happening deep inside your chest today. In the mighty name of the highest authority, I speak directly to your weary soul. I declare that your agonizing season of survival is permanently over. I break every single generational curse that has tried to wrap its dark chains around your mind. The extreme poverty and the deep emotional trauma absolutely stop with you, right here and right now. I decree that the heavy, suffocating mantle of spiritual exhaustion is falling off your shoulders at this very second. You are no longer carrying the toxic waste of broken people. The divine universe is violently cutting every energetic cord that attached you to energy vampires. You are officially released from the heavy burden of healing people who secretly want to stay broken. Breathe out the dark heaviness that you have carried for so many years. You are stepping into an unprecedented era of effortless miracles. The massive doors of financial abundance that the enemy glued shut are being kicked wide open by heaven. A supreme mega deposit of wealth and deep clarity is flooding directly into your earthly reality. The dark system is watching this activation in total, absolute horror. They tried to break your mind to prevent this exact divine moment from ever happening. But heaven is stepping in today to multiply everything that the Matrix stole from your bloodline. The wealth of the wicked is being rapidly transferred into your pure hands. They must sit and watch God prepare your royal table. You did not survive the brutal wilderness because you are just tough. You survived those impossible battles because you are profoundly chosen. The extreme isolation was not a punishment, but a divine quarantine to protect your royal frequency. Your kindness was never a weakness, but a rigorous test from the Creator. And you passed that silent test with flying colors. The ancient frequency of the sealed gift is now perfectly merging with your DNA. You are absorbing the raw power to alter reality with a single pure thought. The spiritual authority to command storms and silence demons is completely active inside you. You are not starting over from scratch today. You are simply finishing the long preparation phase of your holy mission. You are not the deep pain that you bravely endured in the dark. You are the supreme purpose that God placed inside your physical vessel before time began. The heavy fog of confusion is lifting from your mind permanently. Your intuition is now sharper than a double-edged sword. You can see through every illusion that the Matrix tries to project onto your path. You are a divine masterpiece stepping out of the dark shadows. The universe is wrapping you in an impenetrable shield of golden light. No weapon formed against your sacred mind will ever prosper again. The people who mocked your strange journey will soon bow to the undeniable wisdom you carry. Your quiet victory is echoing through the entire cosmic realm today. Feel the sudden rush of warm energy flowing down your spine right now. That physical sensation is the undeniable proof that the activation is completely finished. The ancient seal is fully broken, and your spiritual vault is wide open. You are holding the ultimate keys to the kingdom in your tired but victorious hands. The massive transformation is absolutely permanent. But with this supreme power comes a very heavy and quiet responsibility. You cannot handle this massive blessing with the same careless mindset of the old world. The universe has completely upgraded your authority, and it demands a new level of spiritual maturity from you. You must learn how to protect this precious frequency from the hungry wolves hiding outside your door. There is a sacred art to maintaining this royal energy without losing your peace. The Matrix will try to trick you into wasting this fresh power on meaningless earthly battles. You must master the profound weapon of absolute silence if you want to keep your throne. In the next moment, I will give you the exact blueprint for protecting your new blessing. Do not let your attention wander away right now. The decree is fully spoken, but the instruction for your next step is totally vital. You are holding pure spiritual gold, and you must know how to carry it safely through the world. Listen carefully as we enter the sanctuary of your quiet authority. Now that the ancient seal is broken, you must protect your treasure. You cannot walk out into the streets and announce your victory to the sleepers. The Matrix is constantly watching for any sudden spikes in your energy. And if you start boasting about your spiritual inheritance to people who are still asleep, you will accidentally invite unnecessary warfare into your clean sanctuary. True wealth does not need to scream for attention. Silence is your new wisdom. Most people around you are still trapped in a low vibration. They cannot comprehend your light. When you tell them about your massive breakthrough, they will smile with their lips but feel bitter in their hearts, because this hidden jealousy will quickly cast a dark, heavy shadow over your fresh blessing before it can even grow roots in your life. You must learn how to hide your spiritual pregnancy until the child is born. Keep your mouth completely shut. This is why your spiritual boundaries must become solid steel. In this season, you are entering your era of quiet authority. You do not need to explain your soul to people who are entirely committed to misunderstanding your spirit. Your energy is far too expensive to spend on cheap internet drama or shallow arguments. When someone tries to trigger you, just look at them and say absolutely nothing, because your calm presence is already terrifying. Think of your fresh frequency as a delicate flame in a windy world. If you expose it to harsh opinions, they will blow it out with skepticism. They want you to stay at the bottom with them. Your sudden rising exposes their lazy choices. But you must protect this divine seed with a massive shield of absolute privacy, because what they do not know, they cannot sabotage. You must stop trying to save people who do not want to be rescued. Your huge heart has always been your greatest vulnerability. You want to share your blessings with everyone you love. But some people are designed to stay in the wilderness to learn their own hard lessons, and forcing them into your new royal chapter will only corrupt your clean sanctuary. Let them walk alone. God did not break this 2,000-year seal for you to become a loud influencer. He chose you to be a quiet pillar of supreme light. When the financial abundance manifests in your physical hands, do not go out and buy flashy things to impress people who hated you anyway. Use the wealth to secure your absolute freedom. Buy back your precious time. True royalty operates in absolute stealth mode. You will notice a deep desire to simplify your entire life in the coming days. You will want less noise and fewer possessions. Your circle of friends will naturally shrink down to just a few trusted souls who truly match your high frequency. Embrace this beautiful minimalism, because your spirit needs a clean slate to build the new foundation without the heavy clutter of the past. The old baggage must be permanently discarded. Learn the sacred art of the straight face when dealing with the matrix. When people ask you how you are doing, just tell them that you are blessed. They do not need to know the intricate details of your divine blueprint, and they certainly do not deserve to witness the massive deposits heaven is dropping into your life while they remain completely stagnant. Keep them guessing. You are a master keeper of the holy fire now. Every single morning when you wake up, you must spend time in absolute silence to lock in your alignment. Do not check your phone immediately. The system wants to hijack your focus with chaotic news or stressful messages. Give your very first thoughts to the Creator and let your spirit anchor itself deeply into the earth before the world even wakes up. This stewardship phase is your final test of maturity before the full manifestation appears. Heaven is watching to see how you handle the quiet whispers of power. If you can stay humble and controlled in the dark, your public reward will be completely untouchable. You are no longer a victim chasing a breakthrough. And because you have endured the long wilderness with absolute grace, you are now a sovereign ruler managing an inheritance. Watch your tongue very carefully when dealing with your bloodline. Many chosen ones face the heaviest opposition from their own family members who refuse to see their growth. They remember the old version of you. They will constantly try to bring up your past mistakes to lower your vibration. But you must not argue with their limited perception, because you cannot explain a multi-dimensional blessing to a one-dimensional mind. Your silence is not a sign of weakness or fear. It is the absolute highest form of spiritual warfare under perfect control. When you refuse to engage with low-frequency energy, you starve the enemy of the attention they desperately crave. They will throw tantrum after tantrum to get a reaction out of you. But you must remain as still as a majestic mountain while you step completely into your glorious season of quiet authority. You have finally crossed the cosmic threshold. The heavy spiritual warfare is completely over now. The chaotic noise of the matrix is fading into the distant background, and as you sit here in this profound stillness, you can feel a warm light wrapping around your tired shoulders. This is the sacred sanctuary of your new reality. You are entirely safe here. I am placing a divine seal over your beautiful mind right now. I command the chaotic thoughts and the sudden waves of spiritual exhaustion to leave you permanently. The enemy will no longer have access to your dreams or your daily peace. The heavy mental fog that the system placed on your brain is entirely lifted. Your intuition is perfectly restored. You are a masterpiece of the Creator, and your DNA holds the ancient light. You were never meant to struggle blindly in the mud with the sleepers. Heaven designed you to be a quiet victor who walks through storms without getting wet. And the world will slowly begin to notice this incredible, majestic aura surrounding you. You are untouchable. Now, I officially release you from the deep guilt of walking away from toxic people. You do not owe anyone an apology for protecting your precious energy. The bloodline curses are permanently broken, and the new royal foundation is completely set. The universe is sweeping away the old debris, so your mega deposit has a clean place to land. Your future is completely secure. Gently like this video, not for an algorithm, but as a physical declaration to the universe that you are in alignment. Let this simple action serve as a spiritual signature on your new cosmic contract. You are telling heaven that you accept this beautiful gift without any fear or doubt. The physical world always responds when the spiritual vessel makes a firm choice. Leave a word in the comments below right now. We do not do it for visibility, but we do it as a spiritual seal of agreement. Type the word Amen, or just leave a white heart to lock this frequency permanently. When you write it down, you are anchoring the unseen magic directly into the physical earth. The universe recognizes your absolute faith. Subscribe to this sanctuary and turn on the bell so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. The dark matrix will try to block your access to this pure light in the coming days. By joining this hidden remnant, you are building a strong wall of protection around your daily frequency. We are gathering the true chosen ones to hold the line together. You are never alone. I want you to close your eyes for just one moment and visualize a massive golden throne. This royal seat has been completely empty for 2,000 years, just waiting for your arrival. The heavy burdens you carried for your family were simply building the spiritual muscles needed to climb those high steps. The universe is crowning you with supreme authority. The people who mocked your silent journey will soon witness your undeniable rise. They will watch from a distance as heaven pours out an effortless abundance over your life. But you will not feel any anger or bitterness toward them anymore. You will only feel a profound pity for those who chose to stay asleep in the dark system. You have entirely transcended their game. I decree that your financial rivers are unblocked and flowing directly toward your house. I command every cell in your physical body to repair itself from the years of intense spiritual stress. The extreme fatigue is washing away and being replaced by a vibrant, youthful energy. You will sleep deeply tonight without any strange fears. The angels are guarding your room. The sacred ancient seal is fully integrated into your living spirit now. The master plan is completely in motion, and nothing can stop the massive blessings headed your way. Do not rush to make anything happen, because the universe is doing the heavy lifting for you. Simply rest in this divine assurance and watch the miracles unfold naturally. Your glorious season has arrived. Let them completely misunderstand you, and let them assume whatever they want about your new silence. You no longer need to explain your bright soul to people who are comfortable in the shadows. Your energy is a rare currency, and you must guard it in a heavy vault. From this exact moment forward, your mere presence will command deep respect. Calmness is your ultimate superpower. The Matrix will desperately try to pull you back into its low-frequency drama tomorrow. You might hear a stressful news report or receive an annoying message from a toxic relative. but their petty chaos will just bounce right off your golden shield, like tiny drops of rain. You will look at their frantic panic and smile softly, because you know the grand truth. The illusion is shattered. Go in absolute peace, and step boldly into your magnificent new reality. Keep your head held high, because you are wearing a crown that no human hand can ever remove. The dark season is officially history, and the dawn of your golden age is shining brightly. We will meet again in the next divine appointment when the universe gives the signal. Until then, remain in your quiet royal power.